How's it going, everybody? MrYourWilly here. I'm in my blacksmiths in my Better Than Wolf series. I know it's been a while since I posted this. I was having some issues with Minecraft. It kept crashing on me, and it was just being a pain. I basically just restarted my computer the other day, and that seemed to fix it, so I'm hoping that it doesn't crash during this episode. But anyways, there's a problem here in my crucible. As you can see, the flame gets right up to the top, and then stops. And I have some things I want to melt down, some armor pieces that I, threw in there because I've just fixed it up with some new ones and all that. And so I broke this off and I went down here and realized that, as you can saw right there, the bellows is not running fast enough for the flames to not turn back into normal flames. Just updated my Better Than Wolves recently, so I don't know if it has anything to do with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's see, is this one torch? Let's try that. Nah, that's running too fast. So instead, let's run it on the slowest speed here. And then put a torch on the other side of it. No. Alright. Let's put it on this one with two torches. Okay, why are you doing that? Should be like going out, then up, and then down, and then up. There we go. Figured it out. Alright, so we need a torch on both sides at the third speed to get the crucible to run efficiently now. I don't know if that was because of the update or if it's just because it's being stubborn. I really don't know. Actually, you know what? Another thing. I wonder if those should be getting air even with the bellows just like that. I'm just gonna do that anyways. But yeah, that should be appropriate now to it working. Let's see. There we go. Melted it all down. Perfect. Now all I need is enough for some pants. And we got a new set of iron armor, which is awesome. Should have probably just put the sack in here, but that's okay. And I'm just gonna melt down the pants that I'm wearing. That way I have some, fresh armor and all that. Great. Also, you notice I made some iron boots. I didn't think about this. I knew about this, but I didn't think about it until the last episode end of it. That my hunger bar is going down really fast. And, I do know that we have this new hardcore hunger set up, so hunger bar is going to go down faster. But I feel it's going down faster than it should be. I'm like, why is this going down just so rapid? Well, then I thought, wait, Soul Forged Steel. I'm using their boots because it's stronger damage value, but it also has another condition in it that I forgot about. Well, I didn't really forget about it, but I didn't think too much about it. Is it actually makes you get hungrier faster because it's supposed to be heavier boots. So you're putting in more effort walking in them. Same with if you wore the full set of armor, your hunger would go down a lot faster because you're more armor protected. It's heavier armor. You're putting more work into it. So I'm going to walk around with just iron boots for a while and see if that helps out a bit. Also, I took out the nether coal, and that's because of one of the updates, changes that was made. So I'll talk about that in a second here. Thankfully, I got the little... Oh, I forgot to put the brick back. We'll do that before the end of the episode. So anyways, got this book of updates again. So let's go ahead and start reading them. He added abandoned villages and partially abandoned villages. That more correlates with people who have just started their world. It prevents villages to spawn right next to the spawn point of your location and be occupied by villagers. That's issue that he felt needed to be replaced, basically preventing people from starting a brand new world with like a seed that they already knew about that had villagers nearby, villages, and walk over to them and be able to steal all their wheat and trade it and all this other stuff. So he changed it so that they're completely abandoned, basically. They're long lost cities kind of a thing. Then there's partially abandoned ones which are next to full villages. So basically, it's kind of like there are more ruined, less people in them, that kind of stuff. So they're partially abandoned. Because my world has already been generated, we probably won't see any of that unless I walk into new areas. But that has been changed. He also added in the ability for cows and mushrooms to eat mycelium. So basically, that is how cows become mushrooms. Is a cow will eat mycelium and turn into a mushroom, and then there's another add-on, I think I put it in here, that the ability for mushrooms to spread mycelium to nearby dirt blocks. So basically, that's how Mushroom Island started. It's kind of like mycelium is like this parasitic fungus that the cows ended up eating, and they became cohabited of the same body, as parasites do, and used the cow to spread the mycelium spores basically to more blocks, in essence infecting more area. So that's how that's been changed. Also, you might notice that cows are now eating grass, and sheep, they still eat grass, but they've actually changed something about that. I think it's in the next thing. It's later on. I'll mention that. I'll mention it now, I guess, since I talked about it. Grass, dirt to grass takes a little bit longer than it used to. And the reason why he did this is to prevent you from making a very small pen, like half the size of this, with twice as many sheep, and still being able to have enough grass grow for the sheep wool to grow back at a rapid pace. It basically promotes you to create larger areas for your animals, larger pens for them, for more grazing. Well, I already had larger pens, so I'm not too worried about it, but if I start noticing that there's just a lot of dirt blocks and not that much grass blocks when I start shearing these sheep and things, then I might extend the pens out just a bit more. But I'm not too worried about it, because one of the two items that I was going to build is a farm anyways, and we're going to be moving animals over that way, and I'll just build a bigger pen there. Let's see. Changed how crops appear in which village is determined. Which village it is determined in, and it mostly only contains wheat. But a few of them will also contain wheat, carrots, or potatoes, but never carrots and potatoes. Also changed the torch recipe. So, you know, those abandoned villagers, he also made it so that I can't just walk into a village and say, hey, there's some wheat, hey, there's some carrots, and oh, hey, there's some potatoes. I got all the food I need. Dip-de-dip-de-doo. It is to promote you to explore the area more and find these food items, because, you know, it's supposed to be harder to find food now, and so he changed that as well. Alright, the torch recipe has been changed. A single piece of coal, and let me get some sticks in here. Let's do that. Single piece of coal and a stick would make 4 torches. Huh. Maybe that hasn't been changed. What version am I running then? Looks like it didn't update. Hold on. Alrighty then. We got it updated. I don't know why it didn't change. All I had to do was tell it to reload the mods, and then it updated. So the new version technically was in, it just wasn't installed for some reason. But anywho, now maybe we'll see the grass growing a bit slower on the animal pens. But anywho, and there's another sheep in there. What the heck? I literally just logged off. I thought I had 5 sheep in here and only 1 sheep in... whatever. I don't know how the sheep keep passing fences. Maybe they're like close enough to the edge that when it restarts, it just bloop onto the other side. Which could explain how they escape once in a while in Minecraft, which is also relatively annoying. Whatever. But anyways, torch recipe. I used up my 1 piece of coal to make that. I was hoping that it was just a graphical error and that it wasn't actually going to use up the coal. But that's okay. My hunger's still going down relatively fast, though. And there goes all that. Now I have some cooked scrambled eggs. Yum, yum, yum. Alright. Let's get up here. I think there's some coal. Yep, there we are. And a skeleton. Wonderful. Hey. You're a jerk. You can die now. Alright. Let's get some of this coal. go. And while we're here, let's go ahead and just collect this coal too. So for those of you who are just starting out, coal is going to be like gold. I know usually coal is not that important because you're like, I get tons of it, and coal is just like only used for torches and fuel, and I can just, if I'm out adventuring, I can just toss in some logs, and there we go. I got enough charcoal to last me forever. Well, you're definitely not gonna have that happen anymore. Really? A zombie? I'll kill it. It broke my door. Seriously? You are a douche. Die. Oh, it's a pig zombie that broke my door. Why? Why? What did my door ever do to you? Yeah, I'm gonna kill you now. My door. Pig zombie's all like, hey, zombie brother, I'll let you in, dude. Look at that, I broke down the door, man. But anywho, there we go. So coal is going to be a lot rarer. Not in spawning. It'll spawn in the same amount, but it'll be more useful. And I'll show you now in the coal recipe that 1 stick and 1 coal, instead of making 4 torches, make 1 torches. So you're going to be using 4 times as much coal for your torch recipes. Another reason why you need to worry about this is you can't turn logs into charcoal anymore. Well, you can, but not the way you're used to. It's removed the ability to cook logs into charcoal, and I'll show you in the furnace. I'll show you another way of doing it. Added hardcore wood now, which isn't as bad as you think it would be. It just changes the different burning times of different wood types in the furnace. So, for instance, jungle wood materials will burn at a different rate than oak wood to spruce wood to birch wood. So each of these wood types now have different burn radiuses, or not radiuses, burn times. So you can still use jungle wood planks in here, and sticks and wood materials, and even I can't remember logs, but definitely there are wood counterparts in here as fuel. So you don't need charcoal for fuel. You just can't get coal for fuel. You just can't make charcoal, which is used to make torches. So charcoal, you really want to save it for torches as much as you can until you can get charcoal. Coal, charcoal. I keep mixing those two up today. But anywho, so that has been changed, that each wood has their own burn time. Now, he also added it so that you can put clay blocks in your crafting grid to get clay balls instead of putting a clay block on the ground and breaking it. So it's much easier to get clay balls to clay blocks and clay blocks to clay balls. Basically, he thought it was silly that you can compress iron and get iron back, but not compress clay and get clay back, which is a much easier material to break apart in your hands. He added weeding as well as the overall, as part of the overall farming experience. I have no idea what weeding is yet. He hasn't explained it, other than you will find out. So I'm interested to see how this plays a role. And he changed the way that blocks are harvested. So for instance, dirt blocks. See, notice how longer that is taking me to break this dirt block with my hand. And that's just dirt. Cobblestone even takes longer than that just by breaking it with your hand. So you really want to start working on, like here, I'll go into the stone area over here and show you. If I'm punching this apart, it's taking about the same time, it looks like, as it takes for grass. So, and it's not noticeably different, but it will really be noticeably different if you're breaking it with something that's not meant to be used on it. For instance, this battle axe. It is a sword and an axe. It is not a pickaxe and it is not a shovel. So if I'm breaking this with this, it takes longer than it takes with me punching with my hands. Same with this. No, that's about the same. But if I'm hitting like a dirt block or a stone block with something like a sword, it won't break like that. Even if it's a diamond sword, it won't break super fast. It will take really long and it'll actually use up more durability than it's supposed to. So, you know, definitely use the proper tool for the proper thing, especially shoveling too. So if I had, let's run over here and I'm peckish. No, I don't want to read the book. Dirt blocks, boo. I want food. Don't know why that switched. Let me eat some of the scrambled eggs here. It only takes up 2. That's not as good as I was hoping, but that's alright. So it's becoming nighttime soon anyways, but let's go ahead and, oh, I already have that. So let's, for the heck of it, show you me doing it with just iron tools, or even not even iron tools, stone tools, like a stone shovel. So like the lowest grade shovel you can pretty much get, other than wood, but we'll get to that. Then let's just change it to day. Alright, so if we have a shovel, right? Ow. Come on, creeper, go away. Ooh, sweet. So we're all mining away, and our pick broke. Go away. Well, obviously, hitting it, look how long that's going to take you. Just might as well break it with your hand. It's going to take a little bit quicker than doing this. And also, let's see if you actually get it back. I don't think you do, but we'll test this. Nope, you don't get the material either. So if I'm breaking grass blocks, it's going to be much quicker. Actually, I have some dirt blocks down here. And even gravel like it's meant to be used on. Perfect. But, you know, this, much longer. And that plays a role in all. So those of you who like just using your pickaxe for everything, like mining stone, mining dirt, mining gravel and people, don't. It's going to be a waste of materials. And I don't really need this anymore. So it's just 1 cobblestone and 2 sticks. It's not the end of the world for me, so I'll just let that despawn. But yeah, that has been changed. Let's go back here. Changed axes to be efficient or effective when you're using it to cut leaves and vines. Changed the furnace to burn twice as long with the same amount of fuel. And changed the furnace to burn fuel regardless of whether there's any items in there or not. So for instance, let's go ahead and start off with the axe thing. So I have the battle axe here. Before, you know, you'd cut the tree out. Let's see, do I have any saplings of a kind? Oh yeah, I got some oak saplings here. I'll just replant this guy. So so normally you would just break apart your little tree here, and then you plant this and you move on. Well, that's because breaking it with an axe didn't speed up anything. But now, look at how long it takes just to break it with your hand. And this tree is actually degrading at the same time. So let me use it on a new tree example, like this guy here. It takes a long time to break leaves and vines now by hand. So the purpose of this is, I mean, look at, I just mows through this stuff. So you can really just shred trees now with your axe. And this is mostly useful for gathering saplings for one, but also if you're in the jungle and you notice that there's tons of trees and leaves and vines everywhere and it's really a pain to walk through. If you use your axe, you can just mow through all that stuff, and it's like a machete through like the rainforest. You can just ram through with your axe and just break everything out and walk through the jungle with no problem now. Simple. So that is why that has been changed. And actually, I'm liking that change a lot. That's really nice. Alright, the furnace was the next thing that was mentioned. So, materials will, like, for instance, this one piece of coal will take twice as long to cook an item. But it will still cook 8 items because it takes twice as long, but it'll still cook the same amount. So you don't like put it in and you'll get 16 coal or 16 stone out of the cobblestone. You'll still get 8 cobblestone. It'll also burn if there's nothing in there. And the reason for this is for early gamers. Maybe you're running out of torches, right? So let's just break off these torches and make it nighttime just for this example here. So we got all my torches here, and let's grab that one. And we will make it nighttime. So there we go. Pitch black, dark, scary. I don't like it. You can basically go in here and you can get some wood and you can toss that in your furnace, and now it's a light source. So this is basically a way of getting a temporary torch when you don't have any torches but you have some wood. So that kind of makes up for not being able to make charcoal right at the beginning. But it is going to burn right off the bat. You're not going to be able to last for very long. So you're going to have to keep feeding the fire wood to continuously use it. That is why I took the nether coal out of the furnace, because I knew once this update was going to be put in, it was going to start eating away at my nether coal, and that's not good because I don't like that. But see, now it's gone, and let's go ahead and test if wood can be put in here. Yeah, you can put a log in there. Okay, I wasn't positive or not because I never really do that. Because I think 4 pieces of wood is more efficient. Of course, then again, I just put jungle wood in there, and now I just put oak log in there, so it's gonna burn at a different rate anyways, but I think 4 planks is as good as 1 log. If I'm wrong about that, you can go ahead and correct me below. It has been a while since I've had to use wood as a fuel source. But yeah, it'll do it for everything. So, you know, maybe I'm gonna break all this into some sticks here. I'm gonna let this thing burn down, and we'll be right back, because this is gonna take a while. Because remember, everything burns twice as long as what it used to. As it was. So basically, that is another reason why the coal burns twice as long, cooking 8 materials still, but taking twice as long is to give you twice as much light per coal as you would before, which is really good because of this whole not having torch things. And I'm just actually going to put the torches back just because we don't need to use it for experimenting anymore. And we'll be back in a sec. Whoa, craziness going on right here. So, yeah, I killed the chicken and all the other chickens completely freaked out. Like, completely. There has been, like, I think 2 or 3 changes that he just said, I changed something, but I'm not telling you. I think that's one of them, because look at this. They're like, oh my god, run away, crazy person with the axe. Oh, well, I'm glad I found one of the somethings. That's so funny. Yeah, that scared the heck out of me when I killed them the first time. I'm like, oh my god, what's going on here? I broke the game. So anyways, I'm here to make some scrambled eggs here. So let's go ahead and do that. And get another thing of milk from you. Now, scrambled eggs aren't like the best for food items just because of the whole it only recovers 2, but it's nice for the fact that it's made out of completely renewable sources. I have chickens, all I do is feed them seeds, and there we go, I got some eggs, I break them, and I can make some scrambled eggs with it. Cows, all I have to do is have enough cows to, you know, make enough milk for it. That's one of the things that hardcore food kind of changes, is now you need enough. Did I get all you guys? I did. Oh, and look, yeah, see, look how the dirt is not growing back as quickly anymore. It's definitely taking longer to get back, and you aren't supposed to be in here, so I'm gonna take the mutton. Even the sheeps all freak out. So depending on what animal you kill, depends on what they do. I don't think the cows freaked out, but the sheep definitely were freaking out. So definitely it makes killing animals in a herd like this much harder, because when you kill one, they'll all disperse, which is kind of interesting. Makes sense, because, I mean, if you're a cow and you're just wandering around, minding your own business, then all of a sudden a farmer comes in and kills your brother, what are you going to do? Just sit there and do nothing? I don't think so. And I just made chicken soup. What's the recipe for chicken soup? Potatoes, carrots, and chicken. Whoops. Because I had potatoes and carrots and I just cooked some chicken. Like, I just tossed a whole bunch of chicken in here, and I had some bowls in here, and I didn't realize that made chicken soup. Actually, how many bowls? 3 bowls. Oh my goodness, that is more efficient than anything. So I'm gonna totally make some chicken soup from now on, because that requires, what, 2 ingredients, but you make 3 bowls out of it. Yeah, nice. So chicken soup and scrambled eggs will be my current food supply. What can you use cooked chicken for? Sandwiches, chicken soup. That's it. Alright. So I'll keep you in here for some more chicken soup. Oh, I didn't mean to move that. But anywho, let's put that back, and I guess we can leave the bowl in there. It won't be used unless there's 3 of them. So you can see it's not being used right now. But anywho, let's go ahead and continue on with some of our experiments of the new things that have been added. I'm gonna just keep the bucket with me for now, and feathers. Do I have feathers in here? I do. And wool. I don't have a spot for that other than here. Alright, so anyways, 1 stick. Let's see how long that cooks. Yeah, that cooks for a decent amount of time. Probably not as much as if you had, you know, the log in there, or whatever. But yeah, that works too. But yeah, definitely take out your stuff, any of your fuel, before you start your furnaces. Which I just realized I probably had some fuel in the furnaces in the coal mine. Whoopsies. Well, that's alright. It's not the end of the world. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Change burning. Let's see. Yes. Yeah. Alright. Change the nether coal recipe now. So it will produce 4 nether coal whenever you make nether coal. But, instead of 2 now, which is what it used to be. But it cuts the burning time in half. So when you put 4 in there, it'll still cook as much as it did when you had 2 in there. Just like how coal burns longer but cooks the same amount, nether coal burns the same amount of time and cooks the same amount as it used to, basically, but the burning time is longer still. The reason why he did this is to make nether coal very useful for making torches, because you can make torches out of nether coal. So every coal you get, you put some of that nether dust stuff in it, and you get 4 nether coal, which makes you 4 torches. Much more efficient recipe than putting a coal on a torch, or on a stick to make 1 torch. So that's why that's been changed. He also changed by reducing the rate at which grass spreads. That's the mention I talked about earlier with the sheep and the cows eating the grass. It's not going to spread, so you're going to get a dirt patch if your pin is too small, which might happen with my pin. Change the bucket recipe to use 7 iron nuggets instead of 3 iron ore, or iron ingots, which I might show you the recipe in a sec. Remove the ability to craft wood and stone swords from the game, so no longer can you make wood and stone swords at all. You can't make wooden axes anymore, only stone and above, and you can't make stone and wood hoes anymore from the beginning of the game. Just completely ignore those. The only wood items you can make is a shovel and a pickaxe. You can only make those in wood and above. Wow, this is definitely growing fast, that's for sure. But my carrots and potatoes are taking quite a long time still. I might have to put some fertilizer on those. I wasn't expecting those to take such a long time to grow. But yeah, definitely keep an eye out on that early game stuff. Make a wooden pickaxe and probably even a wooden shovel, and mine up as much stone as you can to upgrade to iron as fast as you can, which is also going to be harder now because of the whole recipe change. So instead of making a bucket like so, you have to now make it like so. which is easier actually, cheaper, because it takes only one iron ingot to make a bucket, and you actually get some iron nuggets left over. So it's not the end of the world that that's been changed, but it definitely makes, actually I should have done that instead. It definitely makes it a longer process to do. And I think that's everything. Let me just make sure. Yep, that's all of it. So that is all the changes that have been made to the game. I'm just going to quickly read some recipes here for you, or some comments for you guys. You can put the glowstone under the enchant table, and it gives out light. Thankfully, being dyslexic, I know exactly what you're talking about. And do I have enough glowstone dust? I do. Alright, let's go ahead and quickly do that. And I am going to cut the camera on this because it is going to take a long time to get down to my enchant table. Personally, I don't mind waiting, but I don't want you guys to wait. So, I'll be back in a sec. Well, I was right about these things burning up the fuel. That's how much fuel was in the two of these. Just because I remember I tossed some coal in there just to cook up whatever stone I had. I don't know how much was in there originally, but it doesn't seem to have cooked it all up, so that's good. So what he's talking about is right underneath here, put the glowstone block, and then, oh, I had stone. Well, I have stone in here, instead of up there, but zombie grinder. Let's see. Let's grab the stone here and do that. And I guess I could break this. Don't want to, but I'll break it too. Wow, that takes a while to break. Oopsies, wrong button. So if I had that there and just remove these torches, so that creates enough light around the area, so that works. And then I think what he wanted as another suggestion is, put that there for now, is instead of having the chest here, this is another comment from the same gentleman, and instead of putting it there, put the chest here, which I have to obviously break two because of the whole room height thing. That way I can just be here, grab one, enchant, and it's all in the same area. So I think I'll leave that as it is. I do like how that light effect, or the light happens even though it's there. I thought this would block it because of Mojang's new lighting system, but because we're not in 1.5 yet, I'm not sure if that will stop working or not, because they have changed the lighting system in 1.5, and that is a lot of zombie flesh right there. Looks like the XP orbs are still being gathered. It looks like it's still at this stage. This is something where you just kind of like AFK around here. Make sure you have food because you do get hungry if you're not doing anything still. Wow, chicken soup rocks. I just like healed, I think, 3.5 or 4 food bars just from that. Sweet. But anyways, there's one more thing I want to show you guys, which once again I'm going to cut the camera to... Where did my books go? I swear I had book there. Oopsies. Huh. Oh, it probably caught on fire because of lava. Well, that's lame. That's probably what happened. Is it probably caught on fire because of the lava. I didn't think that would actually play it and affect that badly. Alright, I'm going to have to clean that out next episode and make sure by putting like logs or planks in there that it is going to be fine. But anywho, I'll be back in a second to show you one last thing with that update. So the last thing I was going to show you is how to turn logs into coal or charcoal using the kiln, which this is the kiln that it has the brick all around it, but it doesn't work. And then I realized it only works for one kind of wood, which I don't have on me right now. So I'll have to show you that at a later date once I get that kind of wood. But another thing that I learned, you can't left click buttons. I'm pretty positive you can left click buttons normally because I've done it a long time, but you can only right click buttons now to switch them, which is kind of what I do by habit anyways. I'm used to being in creative mode and left clicking a button will break it. So yeah, and it looks like you can't left click levers either. You can only right click them, so, which is interesting, but alright. So that's the other thing that he changed as well, I think, that randomness. Unless you guys want to correct me and say that you can only right-click buttons and levers, but I'm pretty positive you can left-click them too. Because I tried doing it earlier and it didn't work. I'm like, oh, But anyways, hope you guys enjoy the episode. Always like, comment, and subscribe, and join me next episode as I do the speed build that you guys voted on last episode, which ended up being the farm. So I'll be building that next episode. I already have a location planned. I just need to figure out how I'm gonna build it and do all that fun stuff. So hopefully I'll see you guys then. This is MrYourWilly signing off. Adios.